I prefer to be in what I like to call a flow state where you're not thinking about anything. So in that moment when you're in a flow state, you connect with music. And when you connect with the music, it's kind of like this thing where you know what's happening, but you don't know what's happening.
Okay.
As a child, I used to play with mirrors, and I basically jammed myself in between two mirrors and pulled them around me, and then I could see like an infinite version of selves. I was spending time like waving at some of them or frowning at some of them, and then maybe saying hi to another. That other entity or that thing needs to be there with me, and we need to have that conversation between the two of us.
I think about movements as in, you know, sort of like a progress of life as well. I know that it definitely is present in my life, and I guess everyone else's life, because we are all bodies in movement at all times, and we have to occupy spaces if we want to or if we don't want to, really.
It's how you carry yourself, it's how you communicate with others, it's how you tell someone's story, it's how you kind of bring forth the emotions through the tiny little movements in the hands or your eyes or the hair, the facial expressions.
So as you meet me, so I always use like body language, like hugging, kissing, shoulder shaking, maybe a little head shake or something to represent like my emotion, like my personality as well. So how bubbly I am, how fun I am, or how bitch I am.
Mosh pits. I think mosh pits sometimes get a bad rep by people who haven't been in mosh pits. I want to say generally speaking, they're safer than people think they are. There's a real sense of community in a mosh pit. If you're falling, if it's busy enough, half the time, you won't even hit the ground before someone's already picking you back up on your feet, you know? That said, I think there's also like a real form of like meditation in just the act of like pure, mindless, unadulterated violence aimed at no one in particular, but in a kind of a space where it's like, it's all agreed upon and equally consensual, you know? So it's not like people just beating each other down. It's like everyone's in it together, everyone's looking out for each other, everyone's working together and against each other. I feel like it's a really fascinating way of dancing in that sense.
When I'm moving, it's like the breath moves through my body. Sometimes it's like if I stop or if I'm still, then I'm not breathing anymore.
I have to experience with my own body, hands.
It's hard to conceptualize because it's something that comes from your body.
I can feel a tangible change in the way I dance, often depending on not just what I'm listening to, but where I'm listening to it. Who I'm listening with, if I'm doing it on my own, with company, if I'm doing it with an audience or with other fellow dancers. It's always gonna evolve differently, you know. When you're dancing with other people, it's communal and you're bouncing off of each other. When you're dancing on your own, it's all coming from you, you